fielded just outside the goal line. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
And he's got room. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. A great effort there. 55 yards. And the Vikings will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the third. Well, I'm just not sure what more we can say about him after that one.
But we're certainly going to give it a try, aren't we? Because I believe we're watching greatness personified. It has not mattered all game long where they've handed him the football. He's taken it and found the end zone. He is so locked into that so-called zone, I don't think they're going to get him out of it in this one.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
I know we could sit up here and dance around it a little bit, but going for 2 in this situation, somebody doesn't like someone else. There's no doubt in my mind.
Well, what they couldn't see is you lean back in your chair and you went, yeah, that's not a good decision. They didn't get it, though.
Yeah, I don't think you can just say, well, my kicker's hurt in this spot. No, okay.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. A strong showing their last time out. They scored the touchdown, but, Charles, they look up, and they're still down double digits, so you feel like just to keep pace, this drive probably needs to end in the end zone as well.
Yeah, and I think the best move for them is to not worry about how far they are down on the scoreboard, but to just remember the last drive and how it ended. Go ahead and try and repeat that. Then you can look at the scoreboard and see where this game is.
So roughing the passer, and they get the safety there.
And this is one, I think, where the safety's usually got to come a long way. So sometimes it's tough for him to slow down that momentum. That's going to draw the flag more times than not.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. From the 27, Lawrence. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this fourth quarter. Lawrence. And that will be incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Here we go. Gotta have it. Lawrence. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Jags come up empty on 4th down. And the Vikings defense is going to get the football back. They'll start this drive out on the ground. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. A big run there. 29 yards and a first. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. Oh, an absolutely filthy juke. He's got some space now. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. A great play there. 43 yards. And the Vikings have sewn this one up as they add to their lead here in the fourth. But Charles, in this win, they've really just had one speed, and that's been all out. They're still driving the ball downfield despite the circumstances and the big lead, and they just continue to find ways to get into the end zone with ease.
They're certainly in that zone where almost everything they try is successful and often leads to points. Teams don't get those types of games very often, so when they do, many of them just want to take advantage of it to the last second.
You know, we've discussed this before, and we've seen it at practices. Extra periods being put in for the offense on these two-point tries, but the defense, they're beefing up their support as well in practice.
They absolutely have to. If people are going to go for two and try and gain those advantages and make it tougher on your team as the game goes along, you have to be in a position to stop those. You can't let them get the advantage. So, yes, the defensive teams, they're putting in that extra time on two-point plays as well.
Throwing now, Lawrence on first down. Finds his tight end, Ingram. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down. Lawrence will throw. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Eric Kendricks picks up his second sack of the afternoon. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And not much happening there. He's taken down, but a late penalty flag in the backfield. Now, this looks like a roughing call. Okay, so the personal foul penalty, and those are some important yards lost right there.
Yeah, it all comes down to discipline, doesn't it? And every team tells us that they coach it, they preach it. In this case, it slipped a little bit.
From midfield now, Lawrence. That's going to be caught by Kirk. He's got room at the 30, and he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Good work after the catch, going to net him 23 and a first. From the gun, it's Lawrence. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Jones. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line. Here's 2nd and 5 now from the 22. Operating from the gun, Lawrence. And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete. The Jaguars on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Back to throw again. A slant to Jones. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 13-yard line. Straight ahead, Etienne. And strong running there as he's inside the 10 and down to the 8-yard line. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. 2nd and 5 from the 8. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score. 2nd and 5 now. Lawrence. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him. An 8-play drive to this point. So here's play number 9 on 3rd and 7. Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete. Riley Patterson now on for the field goal. From the right hash, and this one just a chippy. Patterson's kick is good. And that will knock this down to still a very large 29-point deficit. Well, in the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
And able to get this out to the 25. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. That tackle by Trayvon Walker. Nice play. He blows that up behind the line of scrimmage. So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. One back in the backfield. He'll get the carry. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And some nifty running here as he'll take this across midfield and down to the 47. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. They find some open field here. And he takes it in for the score on the game's final play, so it doesn't affect the outcome, but a little whipped cream on top to their ending.
Or as our friends in Bayou Country would say, that's a little lagniappe, a little extra on top.
Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on all those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. It's a win for the Vikings as we say so long from Minneapolis.